All right, ladies, I'm back. Okay, so I was showing you how they only have just the top of their shoulders. So I took my hand at drawing. I drew a dress and her arms, like if they're tucked in behind her. And then I colored her in with some markers. I added some really cool fine detail to her eyes. And I stamped a girl stamp I have. This is a really cool stamp. It says girl, and then it has the definition. So that's what I stamped right here on the side. And I did some more of the bubble wrap stamping, ink distressed all around. Right here I stamped a little stamp that says always amazing, and then I put some bling. And I think I already said that, inked all around the edges, and then just poured the fine detail embossing powder over it and shook it off, and whatever it, stuck on, it stuck on, and then I heat set it, and it came out really, really lovely. I really like it. Okay, now this next one, I absolutely love it. The other day I said a quote. I said, go confidently in the direction of your dreams, and it's one of my favorites, but the name of the person that said it just eluded me. So it's by Henry David Thoreau, and there's another part to it. Go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Live the life you've imagined. And there's another little part, but I couldn't fit it on here, so I just did those two, because if different interpretations have different, parts of it. Like if you look it up somewhere, it only has go confidently in the direction of your dreams. And anyways, okay, so I just put that. Well, I have this stamp. It's a ducks in a row stamp. It's a really old stamp. And I'm going to tell you, truth be told, I've never used it. And it's probably a good 10, 12 years old. Well, it's been waiting. It's been waiting to shine right now, because this stamp says it all. It's of a girl with really pretty flowing hair with a scarf around it in a convertible. And I stamped her like she's driving in the, go confidently in the direction of her dreams. That's what she looks like. She just looks real sophisticated and real determined. So I stamped it and embossed it in black. I colored the top part in like a burgundy red, and then the silver pin I did like the, the bumper and the wheel well. And then I put bright, I hope you could see it, bling for the rims. I just markered her up. I printed the quote on paper and cut it out and ink distressed it and just glued it down. But then I drew a sun right here. And it was so cool, because like I said, when you do that texture medium, when you color on it, it still stays wet. So you can leave it for quite a while and come back and still pour the embossing powder over it and heat set it. And it just enriches the color and makes it real deep and really, really beautiful. So I did that. And I have these really cool tiny stamps. They're a bunch of word stamps. So on the car itself, I stamped hope, integrity, and faith. Those are like 3 of my favorite words. And then in the corner I stamped always beautiful. So that's one. It came out really nice. Okay. My next one is these birds. Okay, now this has a story. I'm a reader, and I won't say avid reader because I haven't had time to read in the last few months. But when I read a good book, I love to share it. And I read an excellent book. It's called The Help. And it's written by a woman. Oh my gosh, her name. And I told myself to look it up while I was before I filmed. It's called The Help by, I believe, Catherine something. And the cover is it's like a yellow cover, and it has these birds that are sitting on a wire. And it's a beautiful, beautiful story. It's fiction, but it comes from the author's life, and it's a lovely, lovely book. I suggest, if you love to read, you get that book. I saw it at Target quite a few times, and I never picked it up. And then one day took my girls to the library, and I saw it, and it was on like the new best, like the new books that just come out. So I checked it out, and I finished it within a couple days because I couldn't put it down. But it was just a lovely story. So Anyways, check it out. And that's what inspired me to do this, because in the story there's these characters and their friends, and that's what the cover of the book represented was, the bird sitting on a like on a telephone line. And so I stamped them and I distress embossed them. I inked around the edges with shabby shutters and peeled paint, and it really just brought out the color of that pattern paper that I had layered with. And then I stamped friend. I have this really cool stamp. I've used it quite often. I think I put it away. But it says, oh, here it is. Friend. It says, a person whom one knows well and is fond of, an ally, supporter, or sympathizer, loves you for who you are, unconditionally accepts you. Let me put this down for a second. I'm sorry. I got to put a cough drop in my mouth. So, whoops. Sorry about that. Okay, so I stamped friend because that's what it reminded me of. And then I stamped best friends forever. And just did a postmark on the end. And then I just put a flower. And I glimmer misted. And I put a little Prima Bling in the middle. So that's what I did with that one. Came out really nice. Okay, now this one is my favorite one, and I hope I can be under 10 because I have like 3.5 minutes left. Oh, Jenny, please go out. I'm not done. Please. You can come back right now. No. I'm sorry, my daughter came in. And I don't want to be distracted. She wanted us just to see the dog. But I've already had to start filming again because somebody else came in. But I don't want to mess this part up at all. Okay, before I show you the postcard, I have a saying that I tell my kids, and I think I've said this before. I tell them rise and shine. And, sometimes when you're having a hard time, you're having whatever situation you might be going through, it's hard to get up in the morning. It's hard to face your day. It's hard to go to work. It's hard to put a smile on your face. So I would always tell them rise and shine. Be the best you can be that day. Be the best student. Be the best sister, brother, what have you. But rise and shine. And I just mean just get up. Just get up. Just rise. Just get up. Go about your day. And I'm not saying pretend like nothing's wrong, but just rise and shine. Like, do your best, because everything will always work itself out. So I made this. And I cut out a sun by myself. Well, how easy was that? A half circle with this really pretty orange pattern paper. And I wrote in my own writing, rise and shine all the way around it. And I stamped this girl. I've had this stamp, another one, I kid you not, for at least 15 years. And I've never used it. But when I saw it, I just loved it. So I stamped her. Because that's what it looks like she's doing. Like her hair's flowing and she's blowing bubbles and there's stars around her. And so I just did that. I stamped her there. And I, made my own rays. And I ink distressed all around. I'm so sorry. Ink distress all the way around with dried marigold and spice marmalade. And then I finished it off with some walnut ink. And this is my favorite one. I just love it. I just wish that the person that's going to get it knew the story behind it. So I think maybe I'll put a little note in there and say, check out my video on YouTube. Duh, I didn't even think of that. So I just, cut my strips out, made my sun, and distressed all the way around, and then I poured the fine detail embossing powder all over it and heat set it. And I just love it. This one's my favorite one. It's beautiful. Just love the way it came out. And I don't mean beautiful in the way because, oh wow, look what you did. I don't mean that. It's just I know the meaning behind this, and that's why it's just really inspiring. So anyways, all right, ladies, I hope you enjoy them. Like I said, I'm going to take pictures of the other 4 that I make. And if by any chance I end up with time to do a video on those 4, I definitely will. I want to share them with you. So I hope you like them. I hope you enjoyed them. I hope you're inspired to be creative. And I hope you're inspired to try something that you haven't ever done before. There you go. One last time. One last look. All right, ladies. I'm going to finish off my hot peach tea and get about my business. So, good night. Be inspired.